Here's the next section of C programming, that is file input-output. In this lesson, we would be learning why are files needed, types of file, and opening and closing a file. Now, why are files needed? When a program is terminated, the entire data is lost. Storing in a file will preserve your data even if your program terminates. Now, if you have to enter a large amount of data, it will take a lot of time to enter them all in a program. However, if you have a file containing all the data, you can easily access the contents of the file using a few commands in C. You can easily move from one computer to another without any changes, and the files are easily portable. Now, a file is a container in computer storage device used for storing data. Now, let's talk about types of files. There are two types of files, text files and binary files. The text files are with the extension of .txt, as our C source code is of extension .c. Similarly, text files are with the extension of .txt. We can easily create txt file using a simple text editor such as Notepad. When you open these files, you see all the contents with the file as plain text as it is. You can easily edit or delete the contents. The text file takes minimum effort to maintain, are easily readable and provide the least security and takes bigger storage space. Now, the second type of file is binary file. The binary files are with the extension of .bin. Instead of storing data in plain text, they get stored in the binary form. That is, the data consists of zeros and ones. The advantage of binary file is it can hold large amount of data, but it is not easily readable, but it provides better security. Now, moving forward in file operations, we can perform major operations on file such as creating a new file, opening an existing file, closing a file, and reading and writing information to a file. So let us start with opening a file. While working with files, we need to declare a pointer of type file. A pointer points to certain memory location. So here if we declare a pointer of file type, this pointer would point to the file memory location. This declaration is usually needed for communication between the file and the program. It is of the syntax file in capital letters, followed with a star which represents that this variable is a pointer, and followed by a pointer name. Pointer naming can be done same as we do variable naming. Now, for opening a file, function fopen, which is defined in stdio.h, is used. The syntax of fopen is, it returns a pointer of type file. So the result of this fopen function is stored in a pointer, and it takes two parameters, that is first the file name and the mode. We would see the types of mode in the coming slides. Let's see the example of fopen. First we will declare file pointer, and then we will call the function fopen, where we would write this file name, that is newprogram.txt, with a mode of w. The return value of this function would be stored in our file pointer, that is ptr. So ptr would then further be used for reading and writing purposes. Now we will see the types of opening modes. Opening mode means a mode in which file will be opened. Let's say if I specify the mode as R, that means the file I will be opening can only be used for reading purpose. We cannot write into the file. So if we need to read data from the file, we open it in a mode named R. When the file do not exist in a folder, it returns a null pointer. Similarly, RB is used for opening the file for reading purpose in binary mode. If the file do not exist in a folder, it also returns null. Now comes the mode W, that is the file will be opened for writing purpose. If the file do not exist, then a new file will be created automatically. Similarly, for binary mode, we use the mode WB. Now comes the mode A, where we open the file in append mode. That is, if the file contains some data, then the next data we would be writing would be added at the end of the file. Similarly, AB is used to open the file in appending mode for binary files. R+ is used for reading and writing both. If we need to read and write simultaneously in a file, then we need to use this mode R+. Same goes for binary mode, that is RB+. W plus and RW plus are the same as R plus and RB plus, whereas A plus and AB plus are the modes for opening the file for appending and reading. Now comes closing a file. It is a good practice that the file should be closed after reading and writing operations are performed on it. Now closing a file is performed using fclose function, which is defined in stdio.h. The syntax for fclose is fclose keyword followed with round brackets which take a single parameter, that is the pointer name associated with the file. Now let us create one file which we will open and close using fopen and fclose function. Let me create a C source code. Let's say files.c. Here I would first start with the header, inclusion, and start with a main function. Now first I need to create a pointer associated with the file. Let's say I created file*ptr. Now this ptr will store the return value of fopen function. So let us write fopen function. Now it takes the first parameter as the file name. So we would create a file named newfile.txt. And the mode would be, let's say, R for time being. And we would close this file. Now let us try to run this code. Now as we can see, no newfile.txt named file is created in our folder. Why is it so? It is because we have opened the file in the reading mode and we haven't created initially any file of this name newfile.txt. So the file do not exist in our folder. So it will return a null pointer. Hence the file is not created. But if we open a file in writing mode, save this program and try to run this program again, then we would get a new file named newfile.txt is created in our folder. If we want this .txt file to be created in some other folder, we need to provide the entire path within this double quotes. This is how fopen, fclose and opening modes are used. Let's have a quick recap. A file is considered as a container in computer storage device which is used for storing data. There are two types of files, binary file and text file. In binary file, the data is stored in the form of binary code, that is zeros and ones, whereas in text file, the data is stored in plain text. It is a good programming practice for a programmer to close a file after performing reading and writing operations on it. In the next lesson, we would be learning reading and writing operations for a text file and binary file along with a function that is fseek.